You just cracked this.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
This is a $1,600 bottle.
Oh no, those are just those are like 120, 130.
They're just hard to get.
Yeah. It's just the 10-year-old, but it's barrel strength instead of the regular 10.
Yeah.
And,
what does it normally come at? Like 86, 80?
It used to. Now when I see them on the
90.
shelves, there's more like 101, 115.
Oh, they got, okay.
Yeah. I don't always see them.
I got a heavy hand, so different times. I always try to put stuff back in case I knock stuff over because I be tearing shit up. Like, even if I'm sitting at a restaurant, I move my glass down, I start swiping like a crazy person.
Swiper, no swiper.
Now, walk us through this. Where do we start? What makes it special? Why are you such a fan of Laphroaig?
Laphroaig was, so the first Scotch that I really liked was Bunnahabhain, that's an Islay, but it was peated, and most of the Bunnahabhain you have isn't peated. And the first time I was exposed to that smoky profile, I was like, oh my God, I love that. What is that? And so I got on the internet and I started researching all the distilleries that do that. And a lot of the people that I was reading on the internet were saying, if you like peated Scotch, then the three you've got to get into the most would be Laphroaig, Ardbeg, and Lagavulin. And I went out and bought that tin that you've had with Luca a few times, and I fell in love. And then after that, I was like, I love Ardbeg too, and I love Lagavulin too, but Laphroaig is just, they're
Takes the cake up.
man,
You love them.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Laphroaig is good.
And they've been around. They have a huge history. At one point in time, when Ardbeg shut down, Laphroaig still kept the stills going. So like the stuff was they'd go over there.
They help them roll.
Yeah, exactly. So they just they have a huge history, and I love their juice.
And what's the difference in all these? Because they're not the same, right?
No, they're all different. So this is I brought this because you're used to the tin, so I wanted to show you what the tin's like if you just don't touch it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's a batch product, so it's not a single barrel, but yeah, it's there's no water added, and that's why it's got so much kick to it. And then I brought two Cargis offerings, which are I think they release these for their Islay festival every year. They come out with one every year. And then this is the Lore. They don't make this anymore. It's been discontinued. But they used to do an 18-year-old that they bottled. And then when they discontinued that, they started putting out this. And I know they blend some older stuff in it, but I also think there's some younger stuff in it. I think they would have kept the 18 going if they just had plenty of it. So I think this is considered still like a step down, from like the 18, but it's a great pour.
So they're basically having to blend some of their older with some of their younger because they ran out of their 18-year stock.
I think so.
It makes sense.
They haven't issued a press release out on it or anything. That's just what people speculate on based on the way it tastes and the way the 18 went away and this came in and where they were both at on the same price point, roughly. So these are going to be like this one. I think is explores a certain particular warehouse that they like aging their stuff in. This one is finished in I think Madeira cask, port Madeira cask. This is going to be their their regular tin. I think it's mostly ex-bourbon, but then barrel strength, and then this is going to be a blend for complexity and age.
All right, so in the order that we would go, how would you rank it? So for pour wise, how would you go?
I'd probably just go in order of proof.
Okay.
So 48, 52, 52. Yeah, we can go just like this.
Okay, perfect.
Clutch, man.
Yeah.
Well, look,
I'm interested.
Richard likes to rotate his glass and water him down a little bit. Jimmy brought his OG cup, which is one of the things that people look for, when they're becoming a Scotch drinker. Because again, Scotch is very unique to say the least, and I didn't know that I liked it until you kind of explained it. But then, blendery along with other things opened up my palate.
Yeah.
So I was able to gain perspective, right?
100%, because as a young whiskey drinker, I did not like Scotch, especially peated Scotch. Now, I like it. So, with that being said,
To me, Scotch is almost just like, in the same way whiskey is such a broad term to describe everything that falls under it, Scotch, even though you're getting even more narrow, I feel like it's the same way. I feel like Scotch is like music, you know what I mean? Some are like rap, some are country, some are, rock.
You like everything.
I do, I like it all, yeah. But I mean,
eclectic.
This is so much different from a Macallan, a sherried Macallan, or like they're not even in the same. Like, I guess they're definitely both Scotch, but
the nose is so nice on this.
Yeah,
I can almost taste the wood on this book.
yeah, they're
Smell the
trying
nose
to
out
make
of
it.
this glass. It's crazy. You can pick up a hella notes, bro.
Oh, that changes everything.
Smell that one.
I can smell the barbecue some
Yeah.
on this. That smells nothing like but just fruit and stuff.
That nose is crazy with that.
The smoke gets to spread out on this glass a little bit more. Yeah. On this glass, I'm getting more
You
vanilla.
get floral with the smoke on this, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm smelling the fruit percent. Just some more soft stuff. But you go.
So good. I'm gonna dive in.
Oh yeah, trust me, I'm diving now.
Damn, dude. Whoa, bro.
Yeah.
It's so much better than the regular offering to me.
Yeah.
Like the 10-year that I drink, it's so much better than that.
I agree. Yeah, all these are. That's why I brought them, because they're just they're not always sitting on the shelf. You know what I mean?
I've never seen that before, honestly. Lore. I would have grabbed it just because it's the off color. It's not the regular white label.
I can't remember.
That would have gravitated to me. Sometimes I see shit like that, and I'm like, oh, I won't try that.
I think they stopped making it maybe in 2019.
You could probably secondary,
2020.
right?
Oh yeah. There's like they made a lot of it when they were making it. It's still around. You could probably walk into a hole in the wall place still in like upstate New York or something, and it's just still sitting on the shelf. Yeah.
Dang, man. So Laphroaig is one of the brands you think people should start with if they're about to get into Scotch.
If you can handle the peat, you know what I mean. It's certainly not one to like break yourself into if you're not sure if you can handle the smoke, because it's probably the smokiest of all of them. You know, Ardbeg and Laphroaig to me are, and some of the Port Charlotte stuff.
I think it's best to probably go try those at a bar.
Octomore,
Don't you think? Go have a pour at a bar.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
because they're
absolutely the way to
vastly
do it.
different.
Yeah.
Some scotches are vastly different from
Now,
others.
some people are lucky enough to have liquor stores that have pour bars with good Scotch selections, and so if you can just go to the liquor store and they'll let you try before you buy.
That's
I
cool,
definitely
too.
recommend doing
Are there
that.
any in DFW area that do that?
Not that I know of in our
There's a
area.
place- okay,
Liquor
so-
King does, but it's not. They don't usually have Scotch.
And Grapes and Grains in Bethany, on their barrel picks and stuff, they normally have offerings. Same with Liquid Courage in Plano.
Yeah.
If it's their pick, they'll have it open to try, which is cool. Sometimes they'll open in Grapes and Grains. They'll open one for me to try if it's like if I'm on the fence. This is super rich.
It is, man. It is. So I'm thinking, fuck, dude.
I almost want to light a stogie.
Go ahead.
I just like how these change on you.
It's so good.
Super tasty.
And now the nose is really changed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's starting to do for me in this glass. It's doing like that really clean,
Yeah.
like antiseptic kind of
Listerine is almost like
And then the great citrus.
astringent cleaner. Like it's crazy, bro.
Who want to drink cleaner?
Well, I'm just saying that's what it's.
Getting Windex.
That's
on
the
nose?
weird.
Not Windex, but like almost like a citrus cleaner.
That's the thing about Scotch, man. There are notes that you pick out that people go, "Ugh, that sounds horrible," and it's great.
It's just what it reminds you of, not necessarily what you drink. When you drink it, it tastes like it's just kind of a familiar smell.
I have a brick lottie at home that there's a note that's roofing tar. And when I was little and I lived in Miami, Florida, they used to have the trailer out on the
It'd be smoking.
yeah.
This right here on the back, like, I don't know how long mine's been in the glass, but it's almost like a black licorice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
And yep. And the nose is kind of almost like, it's weird because I get like caramel and that cleaner. It's like caramel and cleaner.
Now, why is Laphroaig, in terms of region-wise, one of your favorite regions to get? Well, we haven't been there, have we?
No, I've never been to Scotland, but Laphroaig's in Isla, and usually the Islas are where you find the most of the pokey or the smoky peaty stuff.
Man, this thing has got that like.
It's good. The depth is so good to it.
Oh, wait till you get to this one.
It's a grown man's drink.
Oh yeah, for sure. There are people in my family that won't sit next to me at dinner if I'm drinking this because they can smell. I mean, you can smell it from a good 2 feet away.
2 feet out of a little glass,
yeah.
huh? And even this, I mean, the legs on this thing are crazy.
Now I'm gonna tell you what. You get drunk on that, you're gonna smell like it the next day.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Or too much of that, you're gonna smell like it the next day
So
through your pores. You ever smell one of them old men that's fucking hungover? Woo! Smell like straight bottle of scotch and leather boot, boy.
that shit coming out of his elbows.
Yes, sir.
The other thing
You better hit that sauna. Sweat that shit out.
You ever have a beer by the ocean and it tastes better because the salt's in the air?
Fuck yes.
This is the same way too. If you get to drink this on a beach or at a place
that's
where
the
you go,
picture
oh
sent me when you were on the
man.
beach.
Dude, imagine drinking it there where it's from.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On the
That's what I was just
coastline.
thinking. Yep.
That's why it's a lot of the reason is the area influences it, and I think you even get a little saltiness from the salt air.
Dude, this thing is crazy, man. I'm so glad I met you guys.
Super complex, isn't it?
Well, just me, basically, trying to understand this stuff better. If I didn't have you guys' direction, I'd be, I won't say lost, but I'd be confused. And
Shit, I'm still confused.
Yeah, look, shit. I'm confused, but because of the understanding I have of Scotch, I go, wow, dude. The complexity, the smoke. Clearly, Scotch pairs super good with cigars. So if you're a cigar smoker, I was trying to figure out how many black people smoke cigars or
Black and
Scotch. Oh, does it? I
And
know.
Hennessy.
Peach Optimos.
Yeah, but that's filled with something else. That's that wacky tobacco. That cowboy cabbage.
So the next pour, and all this says 1815 because that's when this was established objectively, Laphroaig being specific.
I believe so.
I like that one.
You know what? Have you seen the Coming Whiskey, the actual documentary
Yes, sir.
about Jack Daniels?
Oh, cool.
No.
Oh my God, I got to watch it, and to your point about not knowing, when you say like, hey, whiskey falls under this umbrella, Jack Daniels makes whiskey. Now it makes you like Jack a little bit more. If you watch this documentary, you go try to sniff
You
out
respect the man.
you respect the story of whiskey in itself. Even them having the cave where they pull the water from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mineral water.
I was like, oh no, this is interesting. I gotta get.
Limestone water.
Yeah.
I literally gotta get out here and see what's going on.
And they've been making waves ever since they did that. I mean, they've had
Dude, they're
brand following
14 years.
forever and ever. Like my parents and my parents liked it, but they started getting like those heritage releases that they do every year. Like the blue one started it, and then they did those Rise, those Barrel Street
My buddy's a
Rise.
squire,
And
so
Quail.
he owns like a piece, like a 1 inch by 1 inch. He's a
Oh
squire.
yeah, you can do that here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laphroaig will sell you a
Oh,
one
yeah.
by one plot. Well, they don't sell it. You get it for free as long as you sign up. If you buy a bottle, you get one of these. You register online. And
I got one of those too.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
It just gives you ownership. Like you own a 1 inch of the 1 inch by 1 inch of the property. You're a part owner because you're a patron for them.
It's kind of like a cool thing. To
It's
add
just
to
cool. They send you some memorabilia for it, I'm sure. You know, it's for whiskey nerds like us.
Yep.
I didn't know I was gonna be a whiskey nerd, so I started continuing to go down this rabbit hole because I was like, damn, dude, this is some good information, and it's not just a straight line. So it is so many complex things that go into making this stuff magical, man.
And this is where it originated, you know, Scotland, right?
Well, that's the argument I asked Richard because it's like Ireland, Scotland was like
I
asking
think
a German
Scotland.
or a Russian who created vodka.
Yeah, I think I would give it to Scotland.
I would too.
Ireland's got good whiskey, but that pales in comparison to Scotch.
When we looked it up, it was basically saying like the methods to make it were already available
Monks.
in Europe, but Europe where they were using it on fruit because they couldn't grow the
Brandy.
fruit in Scotland and Ireland.
The grains of
They
it.
took the process over there and put it on grain. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep, so it was originated with brandy, and the monks were making the brandies and the beers.
They
right?
all did say the monks are the reason
The
knowledge
Belgium
made
and
its way
Belgium
from
and
Europe
shit.
to- yeah.
Yeah.
Monks like, we can't get no pussy. We gonna
Hey, that motherfucker get drunk. I can't get laid. I'm gonna get drunk and go jack off in the sock. Throw the sock away, motherfucker. Throw the sock away.
Oh shit! So this is the next one to get into.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Wild and bro.
Every year they do a Cargis, and the Cargis is there. I believe they do them for their island festival.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cardress made for the friends of. Oh,
So what you having the finished one?
this one's
Finish.
white port and Madeira.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Jeez, dude.
I'm a fan of the port finish and Madeira and Olorosos, PX obviously too.
Rotate you back for here's another clip.
Yeah, each year we craft a limited edition malt to celebrate the Friends of Laphroaig and friendship. Cargis and Gaelic. Cargis 2022 is exclusively matured, and so it tells you a little bit about each one.
Still smoky. I wiped it out.
Oh yeah.
Still smoky.
Sheesh. Richard brought us four Laphroaigs.
Thank you, sir, for these offerings. These are so cool.
Absolutely. I feel like Luca would like these too.
Oh, dude,
yeah, for
he would fucking be in heaven, man.
Dude,
The nicest
oh,
way to
that's-
put it is like heaven, bro. Heaven, like he's a blessed. I can't wait till we get him to one of these things at this time because
He works right now, though, right? This is when he's
well, he
working.
just picks up his daughter in the next month. We'll have more time to come over here because his family's going back as well. His wife's Russian, so they're going to Russia for a month.
Nice.
And on that note, the ex source that he has said next time he said who can bring him through.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect.
So
Look.
we'll do like an all day, like a breakfast brunch type style.
Yeah, so he's going to make 3 different dishes breakfast wise, and he's going to bring the guy who brings the eggs, who makes the eggs.
Farm eggs.
Yeah, the farm eggs and stuff. I said, look, bring him. Tell him to do all the content, man.
Do you feed your dogs eggshells?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Thought
Of
so.
course.
It's
Now
good
some
calcium,
of
right?
them don't eat them.
Well, you can grind it up and add it to
As a dust,
their
yeah.
raw food.
Yeah, but then you have to cook it down. The problem is when you
You gotta cook it in the oven, right?
yeah,
Dry it
like,
out.
You dry it out and then put it in a coffee grinder. Works really well. Turn it into dust. You can sprinkle it over there, so it's good. But when
That's just extra work.
What's better, cooking it or drying it out?
You dry it out, and that's how you cook it.
Or let it
because you
just
get
dry
rid of the
naturally?
so that film
Yeah.
is where the choline's at. And once we cook the choline out or don't get that film, you lose some of the quality of it.
Gotcha.
So a natural eggshell, just like if they were like going to eat the chicken and eating all the eggs, it's going to give you 10 times as much.
So like if I boil my eggs, do you want me to save them eggshell food?
We got enough. Ours eat the raw eggs in general. They don't always eat the shells. Zara won't eat the shells, so you really have to stuff it in their food.
Yeah.
But
Back to whiskey.
Sorry.
No,
look, hey, Richard's got a dog, and he loves the information. So as I told
100%.
him, you guys don't know this, but I'm the dog guy. Even Tim, shout out to Tim. I'm gonna get Tim talking about it. He said, Trevor, to think those 3 things you told me to add to Lucy. He has a GSP, losing hair. He said so much so that in 3 days, his wife Sunny thought that he gave his dog a bath. He's like, yo, Trev. Sunny came back, was like, hey, did you bathe Lucy? He says, no. That's just the 3 things. Flaxseed, your dog has a skin problem, and a hot spot. His dog literally lost hair.
Mine did
I said
too,
flaxseed, chia seed, and canned sardines. In less than 3 days, the hair started growing back, and he said the coat was crazy. So much so, his wife, who sees the dog, he said we went to feeding the 1 time a day, like you said, because we haven't had tons of time to like walk her consistently. He said she's looking healthy again. He said 3 days. He said it's like those 3 things. So now what that happens is it makes people like him and others investigate. Should we be making our dogs food? Because it's more it's more stressful when we're like, yo, why is she losing hair? Why is she chewing at her leg? Why is she scratching it? Why is she shedding so much? Doesn't make a pet parent confident. I'm like, oh, just do this. And then what I love is I had no clue he was going to update me. I come in Tuesday, I saw him Friday. By Friday, the dog was better. Wife was happy. You go.
Them sardines are so clutch, dude. They're so clutch.
Dude, I concur.
They're so full of good shit for them.
And us too.
Oh yeah,
My buddy's dad, Grandpa,
Fuck with them,
he's 96 years old. He's eating eggs with sardines every morning for 50 plus years.
My old man used to eat sardines. I can't fuck with them.
I've tried and I can, but it is hard.
And you can learn more at World Pet Health on YouTube.
Back to Laphroaig.
Back to the art of whiskey.
Yeah, exactly. So the white port and Madeira, what does that mean, Richard? I have no clue.
And I misspoke. I think so the Cargis they do every year for the Friends of Laphroaig. I think it might just coincide. Their release might coincide with the festival, the Isle Festival every year. But they do it for the Friends of Laphroaig. And this one says basically Cargis is friendship in Gaelic. And it's an annual tradition at Laphroaig where the master distiller creates a limited edition release just for the Friends of Laphroaig, first created by John Campbell in 2008. Today's Cargis is the first from current master distiller Barry McCaffer. Special cask choices really bring out something unique in this Laphroaig. 3/4 of the liquid is finished in second fill Madeira casks to release a complex richness tempered by the final quarter coming from first fill port casks with their sweet and woody notes. This is a whiskey that, like an old friend returning, familiar yet with a new story to tell.
Wow, dude. It is good, bro.
Let me tell you this, guys. I'm learning, when you say the art of whiskey, part of us is becoming artists. Richard, do you have any dreams or hopes of becoming a master distiller?
I do, yeah. But that's my goal, is to be a master blender. Yeah, and if we end up distilling or even contract distilling, I would love to be, part of that process as well.
I'm gonna say this on camera, people. I built a lot of amazing things, and one of the businesses I want to build is before I die, I want to release basically a 15, a 20, an 18, and a 10-year of something, which means I have to spend a lot of money up front. And if Richard masters mash bills and stuff, those would be the things that I just buy and put somewhere because he came up with it. And then one day we'll bottle it and we'll drink it and share it with our closest friends. And some people, of course, for purchase, but it'll be that one of one man's, I won't say the rest, but you get it. So I love that he's intrigued by this. I love business, that's my thing. Like, how do we structure this and make it happen? So what about blending gets you so excited? I know we talked about it before, but like, you're killing it right now. That vanilla Coke is crazy. I mean, the vanilla ice cream float.
Yeah.
Is I'm using this word disgusting, but the disgusting part is why does it taste this good? You know, like it's so good that it's like
it's superior to RC Cola.
like Jamarcus has been here when people have tried.
Right
But they're
there.
like, is this supposed to taste like this? Because I've never had this before, but this is crazy. You go, it ain't gonna taste like this. Just like Jimmy
Vanilla
G's
ice
food.
cream
Those
soda.
the flavors pop.
So,
You could like the
Ice
cream.
cream
You
float.
Love when the
cream.
name matches the flavor.
Because think about it. You drink the Coke.
So vanilla,
the ice cream's the
creamy,
last bit.
and
After you drink
cola.
the Coke, you take a spoonful of ice cream. You was a kid because you couldn't get the ice cream to come out.
or the foam from the soda and the cream from the
Yeah.
ice cream that kind of at the top.
Yeah.
At Mary's.
What about it do you love so much, Richard? Because that's
This.
like
Y'all,
Talking about
y'all trying it, loving
Getting
it,
geeked
talking
about
about how
it.
good it is. You know what I mean?
Like Tim knew I should
people-
try
yeah.
it, so that's why we did that video. It was like, yo, you go like this.
Yeah, I missed that day, but I'll definitely try to not miss again.
There are times where like someone I know will be coming in and they'll pull up at the bar and they're gonna try something that we blended and I know they haven't tried it yet and I'm like in the middle of something, I've got it. And as soon as I see it's about to happen, I stop for a second. I don't want them to know that I'm watching them, but I gotta see how they react to it and when what their facial reactions and what they think of. Like part of it is blending for me because I love whiskey and I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes if I make something and I know it's ridiculous and I love it for me,
Dialed in.
I don't always care if other people like it too because
You know you hit it.
But then at the same time, the other part of it is if you're making whiskey that people are going to use for celebrations to commemorate a child being born or an engagement or something like that. I mean that being part of that's flattering. You know what I mean? To being part of someone's
It's special.
life in an indirect way.
100%.
Then the last thing about it is anything to me that's functional art is amazing. I love guitars. I love cars. It's something you could just look at or like. But then also when you get to interact with it and it gives you something back as you to me that's the best.
Yeah.
It's tough to beat.
I love hearing that, man. Again, these guys are continue to open my mind about hobbies and just interests and being intrigued with things. I love bringing people together is what I'm learning. And so this right here, even us doing this, did you remember Marcus said, who else come? I said, I like the original crew for today. We don't want to get too blaster. Because you start bringing us a lot of people, I can press a button that'll show up. But we want the right people so we can keep doing the right things. And in this case, let's teach, let's educate. Hell, in my case, let me learn. Keep learning. And this is like, I don't know that I'd be as interested in Scotch if you hadn't been here to inform me. I love information more than I love anything else. So,
And how appropriate that it means friends.
Yes, I love you.
Yeah.
exactly, man.
Yeah.
And it's again, he's brought some bomb expressions of the Scotch from the
Even
gate.
watching him give Stan that red one, that's
The
something Stan will
Cavalon?
never forget. Yeah.
Man,
these
that
little
was
things, man.
a crazy one, dude.
That shit was so crazy. I'm like, dude, I need $1 million. I'm gonna buy 100 of them bitches. just
We
so you
need
guys.
several backups of them. Huh? Motherfuckers are good, but
I like the case. I'm a big presentation guy as well. So when you see something come like this,
it's nice.
I don't know that I would have thought to put something in a round tube, but when you see it like this, you go, God, that's gorgeous.
Well, it just shows you how much they care and the craftsmanship they put into it, all the way down to the packaging.
And so, Richard, when it says, and again, this is me learning, batch 12, what does that even mean?
So they were doing one every year or every other year or sometimes two. It's not clockwork. Sometimes it's an overlap. You get a 9 months and then after 6 months you get one or, a whole year goes by.
Or 18 months.
Yeah, and then it's all these are, it's how there's a delay and when we get them and not every liquor store carries them. Like Specs didn't have these for a long time and then some Specs would get them and some Specs wouldn't.
Yeah.
Liquor King started getting them at the very, very end of things.
So basically, the 12
yeah.
represents like how many times they've released it.
Yeah.
This is the 12th edition, so to speak.
12th batch.
Yeah. And this is from February of 2020.
So, yeah. So how many have they done since? In 3 or 4?
I think they might be on like 14 or 16 or something like that now.
So there you go. So you see how it staggers.
I'm learning, man.
Well, then so
cool, huh?
if you're a super nerd, then you sit down with 4 batches and you figure out which batch is your favorite or why you like different batches for different reasons, and if you think one had more bourbon in a batch
Where did
than
you guys
sherry.
learn to enjoy things? Is the first question I have. Like when did you guys learn that? Because
I used to just drink to get drunk. Now I enjoy it.
Think about what you're saying, and again, I got to contextually make sure you understand why I'm asking the question. I didn't learn to enjoy things because I've been in survival mode for a long time in my life, right? So you go, I'm gonna do this, get by, and survive. The first time, Tim's like, no, smell it, take your time, let it sit for 5 seconds. I'm like, who fucking does this? And you go, man, And so what I've learned from the blendery.
What was your first time down the hatch?
Straight up shot of double jeopardy.
Yeah, that's how I thought you were supposed to drink.
Literally a shot.
Hallelujah.
And I'll never forget Tim's face was hilarious.
He goes, well, not like that.
Yeah.
I go, how you supposed to drink this? Yeah. He's like, not like that, buddy. And I'm like this. I'm coughing, acting like he's like.
Yeah, DJ's some strong.
It's a beautiful
shit.
classic moment caught in real time.
And the beauty about it is,
It's awesome.
it'll
Yeah.
live rent free in Tim's head forever.
Yeah.
And we have it on camera.
And he brings it out every day, brings it up every now and then. But it goes to, like, when did you guys learn to enjoy the journey of whiskey?
My uncle pretty much the same. Remember, I told you earlier in this video that you're like, what was it about Laphroaig? It was like the first thing I ever had was a peated Bunnahabhain. And usually they're not peated.
Bunnahabhain. I remember that in a movie or something like that. Somebody said that.
Dude,
Sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
it's a great distillery. Yeah, they make fantastic whiskey. But anyway, it was my uncle that gave it to me.
Yeah.
And so my uncle's the person that kind of taught me about Scotch, and he was a headmaster of a ridiculously nice school in Miami, where I think Shaq's kids went there and Matt Damon's kids went there. And so they used to give him, like, the parents would give him, they like, you know, what
Christmas.
Yeah, they'd ask, you know, his secretary or whatever what he likes is for presents, and you know, nothing. We don't need anything. Nothing's necessary, but he is partial to single malt Scotch. You know what I mean? And all these
They do. This is.
I mean, dude, you're talking about Matt Damon and Shaq. They have access.
Do you know in that
anything.
whiskey documentary, they asked those people in Lynchburg, they go, Tennessee, they go, Jack Daniels, they go, hey, if Matthew McConaughey, they ask, you know,
Don't give a
to drink
shit.
Wild Turkey, what would you do? They're like this. Who's Matthew McConaughey? They were like, and no. He said, why would you drink anything else but Jack Daniels?
I don't know. I'd take Wild Turkey over Jack Daniels.
You were what? But them Jack
I
Daniels.
like Jack Daniels, especially the new ones, the 12s and the 14s.
barrel strength stuff.
They're good, and they're single barrel strength. I like it, but I got too many Wild Turkeys that I love.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Wild Turkey Jack was a thing. I thought y'all.
Now old Jack, now maybe some vintage Jack. That's different. It's mass produced now to a point that it's just regular Jack sucks.
Just old number 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
It's like the original
Bro, it
McDonald's
does, bro.
cheeseburger.
Oh,
Let's have some. I'm gonna buy a bottle. We're just gonna drink it. And you be like, fuck this shit.
No, I've already said that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I like the documentary more.
I like Jack though. Don't get me wrong. Like he's saying, the barrel proof.
Yeah, they're
single
barrel
barrels,
strength bourbons.
fucking
And
fire.
the rye.
That's the only thing-
And the rise.
Yeah.
That's the
Banana
only thing
bread.
that can get any of us like onto it. Like when we bought Stan bought it, the barrel strength stuff.
The
you
Fat
know,
Elvis one.
with exactly
Remember?
with the grain. And you know, Sinatra was a.
That's a good one. The Frank Sinatra one. They have a Sinatra blend that's pretty fucking
But
fire.
you know, Sinatra drank whiskey.
Oh, he loved it. 3 fingers. What? 3 fingers of ice and two.
That Joker, when they walk down
2
the
fingers of
street,
whiskey,
all
something
the
like
people
that.
who fell in love with Jack Daniels, you go, oh, and then they give you context on the journey of each one of these people, down to Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
All those.
Oh yeah,
guys.
Slash.
Oh, I was like,
He always had a bottle of Jack in his hand.
and this wasn't paid advertising. Nowadays, you know, everybody try to charge you for stuff. These people genuinely, sincerely
Drank
love
the fuck out of it.
Jack Daniels.
Now they probably had fucking access too to go pick barrels and fucking. See what I'm saying?
After the fact, but their natural gravity, they gravitated towards Jack for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Man, so we got the Warehouse 1. Oh
Yeah.
shit. This feels like some. So have you ever seen that movie? Hey, what's that movie with the guy Chappie?
I haven't seen Chappie.
Oh man, that's my stuff right
Yeah.
there, boy.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Did you ever see District 9?
Oh yeah, I saw District 9.
Same creators.
Okay.
So when you think about it, when I see Warehouse 1, I'm like, damn, this is District 9. Like that'd be interesting if you were like, if you created your whole lot and it was like District 1, District 2, District 3. That would be crazy, Richard. Richard's districts. R&D. Oh shit.
If you R&D 1, R&D 2,
Yeah.
R&D 3.
R&D 1, you go.
Y'all heard it here first.
District 1, District 2, this is where I focus on stuff. And your districts could be all over the world.
R&D, bro.
So you turn
Well,
around.
there's an R&D. What's
blend your
that
stuff,
brand?
you
The
put
R&D.
one of your things over in Scotland, you put
R&D,
one of your
there's
things in
already
Japan, and you go and pull all
we
of
got
your
the
whiskey.
We gotta go to
R&D,
Japan, bro.
R&D 1.
Say less. I got my passport. I know exactly where it's at, bro.
We gotta go to Japan.
Richard, we're going to get there, man.
Japan. And this is the.
If I go to Japan, I'm getting some knives.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
I'm not flying all the way
For
over there
one,
and not coming
I
back.
gotta
with
get
knives.
some because I cook.
Yeah.
And I love a good knife, and the stuff I've learned from Richard and Jimmy and even Chef Luca. Luca brought a new knife to basically carve out everything for that damn chicken.
Got a lighter?
You want to cut her? Or, yeah, I'll get your letter.
No, I definitely want to give me one of them fucking knives them out.
I got a guy
Katanas, so
that
you can actually.
good, but there's
There's
nothing like
bartenders over there that
Japanese.
using the fucking chop up ice and carve out cubes and stuff. That'd be sick to learn.
Dude, Andy sent me a picture of the Seven Doors thing with the tuna on the bar top. And
I
they had
didn't
one
go.
of those like
I was gonna
samurai. Which one? This guy?
Yes, please. Thank you so
Yeah, I
much.
was gonna go to that, but I didn't go. I want to go when they do a whole tuna like that and have that whole experience. I could eat that shit like a motherfucker though.
Man, say.
Bro. I bought
We're
this
gonna
little.
smoke here, so we're about to do some cigars now, right?
I got a little nub.
Little nub.
Yeah, I like
What is
short
that?
smokes.
Oh, literally, it's called little. It says no.
It's
I didn't
Nub
know
cigar.
that.
It's a brand.
So I had no idea that was a thing.
It's a brand.
Oh snap!
Yeah. You see it's next to the fish? That big sword?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy,
He didn't
bro.
have to go. We stopped filming for this. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I didn't need it that bad. I could have waited.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, that smells good.
It does smell good.
This one's got that like Laphroaig Marlboro Light. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I used to smoke Marlboro Lights.
Me too.
Yeah.
Now they're Marlboro Golds. they can't say light anymore.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they can't say Marlboro Lights.
What?
Because they say light is it's like makes it.
Receiving.
But I do get that. I do get that Marlboro Light smell on that, bro. Like a fresh lit Marlboro Light.
Yeah.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate
Either
that.
one.
A little bit of pine and citrus. Yeah, that's on profile Laphroaig for me. I like that a lot. That's nice.
Sheesh.
Yeah. It's a little drier than the last one.
And when you say dry, what does that mean?
The port on the last one was fruitier, but it's like it was richer, it was oilier. It made you kind of like almost salivate when it was in your mouth. This kind of like when you take a sip of it, it's almost like if you've ever smoked a cigarette. When you exhale the cigarette, your mouth is kind of dry. This is like, it reminds me more of that. Like you're not making spit. It's more like it's like a vacuum a little bit, but in a pleasant way. It leaves you with like a little bit of a Marlboro Light taste, a little bit of some citrus and like a pine.
It's nice.
An awesome vanilla note.
Vanilla?
You ever had one of these little nubs?
Not that particular, but I think you brought us some shorties.
Yeah, those were good. Those are lumpias. But I'm
When you
gonna.
paid me at work, I took home. Yeah, I love that cigar. That was.
I got an order I'm about to place for a bunch of cigars because I got that humidor now. So I'm gonna just start stacking. So we're gonna start having like maybe every other week we'll have a cigar with it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna get some different ones.
This is another interesting one, man. I love, see, in people's mind, you see all these bottles, you think they're going to taste the same. Nothing tastes the same.
Oh, completely
They're
different.
completely different.
which is awkward.
So far that lower got me.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing when you think about it.
This one's like a little tangy.
This one is exclusively
Super
matured
good.
in first
that's
fill
delicious.
Maker's Mark X bourbon casks.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah.
That Maker's Mark cask. It was finished in that?
Yep. No, exclusively matured.
Oh, so it was just
the
dumped
entire
in there?
maturation was for yeah.
And what's the age statement on it?
They don't tell you.
I bet you
It's probably on the younger side.
6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Ain't no burn.
Flavors of peat, smoke, and salt.
And these can be purchased anywhere, huh?
These so it's an annual release. Although they like once they started going on,
I've never seen that on the
they're
show.
sitting around a little bit more than they used to be.
I'm gonna
but-
start looking.
Yeah. Specs is the best bet around here for them.
Ah, that makes sense. Specs is a slapper, huh? So this 120 proof, man, what should we
That's
be
gonna end up being the best one of the day.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's a monster.
That cigar sounds good, man. I ain't had a cigar all week.
I got one over there. Oh, that's from one of them
Yeah,
standing.
you say that. No.
Sure? I'm gonna smoke it.
No.
Pass it around like a little something.
You wanna go get some?
No, you good. You almost like this. That thing.
I know, right?
It's
And
so
every
good
time
with that.
every time you light one, you're like,
I'll pick this cigars.
I want to spark one too now.
Like this. Hold on now. Need me a little. Ooh, there we go.
That's a good shirt, by the way, bro.
Hey, look, it's Jimmy G shirt. Look,
I know.
That's your shirt.
I got
That ain't
it.
mine. That's yours.
he gave it to me though.
I know the Jimmy G shirts when I see them.
Oh wow, I'm your
But
Huckleberry.
Trev wouldn't pick
And
this
all,
out.
well, no, hold on now.
Yeah.
we gonna say we
That's
gonna
the
do
good boy shirt.
I
Ain't it?
love Doc Holliday to be clear.
Me too. Oh,
yeah.
It is proven that Doc didn't do as much killing as we presume, but at the same time,
He's a gangster.
the movie was so well written in those lines. And
R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
and again, like I said before, he's my friend. Who I would, I don't. You know,
Yeah, bro.
the man makes a choice to be supportive of one of his friends. And you go, this is a bad, and the boy didn't know, he's like, this is a bad idea. Why didn't I open my damn mouth? Now you got to die. So when I seen this, I said, oh damn, I didn't know Jimmy gave me one of these.
Yeah.
But it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, last but not least, as we close out the Laphroaig journey.
Yeah.
Tour Laphroaig.
Tour Laphroaig.
Tour Laphroaig. That's a tongue twisted motherfucker.
It is.
Practice that for when you eat
Tour
pussy.
Laphroaig.
Say that shit real fast. I promise she'll come.
You gotta cut that clip out so I can post that one.
Oh man.
I need a comedy.
tell them,
Hey, I need a comedy stand-up show next.
Oh man.
The Art of Comedy. Featuring Jimmy G.
Yep. Sponsored by the Art of Whiskey.
I get no respect.
Hey, Jimmy's on it though. Like again, it is a tongue twister, but this right here. Go
That's
ahead.
funny, bro.
Yeah.
If you need another cup, I brought
I got
another
one
one.
right here.
I'm about to say.
Actually, I am
There you go.
gonna
Look.
size that on this one.
Yeah. The 120 is a banger.
Banger.
These are just my favorite, man.
Dude,
Like,
I bet it's gonna. The nose was stupid on it.
so like usually with heavily peated stuff, I'm fine with. It doesn't need to be old for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The power of a younger whiskey for me is fine when it's this.
In other words, you don't mind the stand-upness of it.
Yeah, no, not at all. And then
Gotcha.
like a lot of like the higher peated stuff, like your Octomores and things like that, they're not necessarily old. 10 years is perfect for this.
Kind of like what a 12-year
Yeah.
bourbon is.
Yeah. Now these are it's a lot of power. You know what I mean? It slaps you around. It's not a kind, gentle whiskey. You know what I mean?
Richard, what is a kind, gentle whiskey? Because I didn't even know whiskey could be kind or gentle.
Glendronach 18 Allardyce.
Oh,
46% Oloroso sherry.
It's
It's a
soft as
Highland. It drinks great with a cigar. It's old. It's woods and leathers and coffee note, chocolate
Easy,
notes.
easy
Yeah,
sipper.
beautiful, nice whiskey. This is pirate whiskey. This is like what they're drinking on the Black Pearl. You know what I mean? Like this is
What's up, Captain Jack?
This is serious.
This is some 5-on-2 shit right here. Hold your nuts and get ready.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that whiskey creeping up on Jimmy?
Already.
Hey, but and that's a good pour you got there, Jimmy. Look,
We in part one of today too.
I know.
It's like,
Not at 120 is not.
that shit is tasty.
Is that this?
That's a
Yeah.
thick glass, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks a lot bigger than it is, trust.
No. You know what I learned about whiskey?
Let me see that little Glen.
I used to think it wasn't that much
Watch.
until you go. That's 3 pours. That's still quite a bit.
Oh,
It
Look
is.
at Richard's face. Look at Richard's face. Give Richard's face.
that's perfect. I love
I
that.
like this little one. This one's cute.
What's funny is it's 10 points higher than everything we drank, but it's not slapping me around. It's not.
It drinks just
It
as soft as
literally
the
drinks
others.
as
It
the
might be
first-
sweeter than any of the other ones too.
It drinks just as good as the first ones.
The mouthfeel on this one's the best mouthfeel,
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
I like the tingle on the lips.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I would say this one, then this one, then this one,
How
and
about,
this one.
yep, that's it. That would be my
more
exact
time?
order.
So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. that's
I'm
in
the
middle
same
order
except
fade.
I'm 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, you like the other one.
Yeah, I just
Okay,
I like the way this one dries a little bit, and this one's you got more fruit.
Well, seriously unbelievable, guys. If you are with a group of friends and you're considering getting into Scotch, clearly Richard just told us that Laphroaig is one of the best. I can't mask my facial expressions. Every last one of these tasted completely different, had a different profile, and were super tasty. Points got higher, some points stayed the same, but the information that Richard provided gave us so much context.
But wouldn't you say, although they're vastly different, they still hold the same I don't know how to say it.
It's integrity, man.
Characteristics,
It's
right?
Lafroig.
Because you know it's
Oh, yeah,
Laphroaig,
yeah, yeah.
No, no,
without a
yeah,
doubt. You see what I'm saying?
The integrity of what he brought, like he brought this. When you see integrity, if you meet all three of us integrally, you're gonna get care, you're gonna get respect, and you're gonna get kindness, right? So every last one of us, you ever bump into us in real life, go shake your hand, look in the eye, talk to you, show you kindness, etc., and care. Like, you need anything, can we help, etc. I went out to make sure both, hey, you guys need help, boom, boom, boom. Just check on my people. That's what this whiskey does. You go, oh wow. The integrity of each one of these different iterations.
Apparent. It's very apparent.
I knew I'm drinking Laphroaig. All of it was different flavor, different everything. What do you think, Richard?
I love this.
But you knew it was Laphroaig. That's the thing about
That's
it, right?
the
Yeah,
thing.
well, I bought 2 back in 2020. I smoked one and I tucked one away. This was my last one, but like, I haven't had this in 2 or 3 years, and so I'm going back to it. It's kind of it's fun to see if it's how I remembered it.
When that bottle gets to about right there, it'll really start to open up.
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah.
And again, people, had I not met Richard and Jimmy's, then I would never think to share anything. So the fact that he's brought something that he has one of, and again, like he said, it's not impossible to get. It ain't easy to get. When you can get it, you got to get it, and if you got it, then you're good. But I will
That's a
say,
2020.
we can't thank him enough for sharing, showing, teaching, educating, even informing us on how to potentially walk down that Scotch journey and why every one of them so different. Walk them through real quick. Flavor on each one of these, man. What to look for.
Sure. Yeah. So these are discontinued, so they don't make them anymore. But this was this was a blended product that they did to replace their 18-year-old offering. I believe there's sherried and bourbon matured stuff in here, and they're going for more of an oak profile in older stocks. These are the 2 releases that they do for the Friends of Laphroaig every year. This one is Port Madeira, so a little bit more fruit on it. This one's ex-bourbon, and I believe the bourbon is all ex-Maker's Mark casks. And then this is the batch 12 of their 10-year barrel strength or cask strength offering that they do.
Anything else that you know about Laphroaig or Scotch, my friend? Because again, guys, as we continue to discover what is the art of whiskey, the art of whiskey, in my opinion, again, I don't know if I said this on film, but I'm sure I did, is drinking it with friends, learning about it with others, sharing it with as many people as are willing to try, and even more importantly, just having a good time.
Absolutely.
The things that I can't tell you I've learned at the Blendery is everybody comes to share and have a good time, and you go, wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I never went to drink to have a good time in the way that we do there. Some people drink to get effed up. These people are like, yo, try this. You go, try that. I was like, what the hell is this? It's magic in a bottle. This feels like magic in a bottle.
Yeah.
And I don't know that, let me be very clear. My apologies. I know for a fact I would have never picked any of these. There's no situation where I'm like, oh, let me see what Laphroaig. I'm like, how you say this?
Yeah, even like to this day, I just know it's Laphroaig from hearing other people. I would not know.
That part right there. So we can't thank Richard enough for
Exposing us to it.
literally exposing, because now it goes, Richard, where do I go from here?
Oh yeah, we'll do Ardbeg next.
Ardbeg's a cool one.
Ardbeg's, Lagavulin great too. Brooklady, Port Charlotte, we can do all that. I'll bring a Bunnahabhain. We can do a peated versus unpeated Bunnahabhain.
I'll pick up some Balvinis because I like Balvini a lot.
Kilhoman, they're kind of a newer-ish distillery. I think the oldest stuff they have is 15 years old now, but they make great, peated whiskey. We'll just run down the Isla list,
Well, guys, we got the Whiskey Rebel, Cleveland the Whiskey Wizard. I'm whiskeyed up. Guys, keep it whiskey.
Cheers.